talking about. So into the gauntlet they go here versus NaVi. Will decide here a lot. A lot is riding on this game, as this match could very well determine first place here. If Gambit are able to secure a 2-0 here, they're well within the running here for first place. Not quite guaranteed, but well in the running. However, if they draw, we still are in the running for a 3-way tie, and if they lose, well then it's really anyone's game here. So is going to be quite a fun one to watch here, guys. Very excited to be casting NaVi, but into the draft we are already here. Let's take a look at some of the heroes already picked up. Alchemist, first phase here, along with the Tiny. They've already banned the AA, of course, but still available for a Monkey King. There's plenty of heroes that can still deal with him. Monkey, Razor, off the top, really are quite strong. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that picked up against him, to be quite honest. See what they have something to do though. Last few bans here: Shadow Demon, Omni Knight, with the Slark as well getting banned up by Seneko at the helm currently for NaVi. We have Maiden going to be picked up, so pretty easy pickings for the Alk Tiny. Not going to be able to get a long duration arrow or a long duration freezing field, of course, but amazing setup here for the Marana arrow, which I neglected to mention. Kunkka does, you know, just about okay mid lane against the Alchemist. Not fantastic, not amazing either. Look here, find Kunkka here. Ooh, okay, so the Oracle's really great because now Alchemist gets so much healing in the ulti. Now all of a sudden you need to get that Spirit Vessel ASAP, but even then Oracle's got plenty of purges at his disposal to purge off the enemy Spirit Vessel. Probably one of his own as well. Very, very tough game all of a sudden. I think looking almost like a 4 protect 1 sort of build up here. And there's the Razor they'll pick up instead. So no chance for the Razor counter on this Alchemist either. All of a sudden, it's a very scary game. It's maybe going to be a Razor mid lane here against the Kunkka. Throw the Alk into the safe lane and Tiny off lane. Could be a Tiny 4 still as well. So it's a great draft by NaVi here thus far. I like the way they're playing around with the Alk picks and bans thus far. Checking a statistic here. Kunkka, not too great, not too bad about any of these heroes. The Razor is kind of an interesting matchup, right? Because it throws him into a strange equilibrium. I think you're going to want to not have the Alk go. You know what? At this point, you don't really care too much. I think it still behooves you to send him mid lane and then rotate maybe one of the supports over. Maybe you start Tiny here on the 4, and then once Alchemist starts to jungle, you throw Tiny in the mid lane. He's not going to really be able to contest to the farm of the Kunkka at that point, because he's probably going to be close to level 6 or 7. But he at least can soak XP, get lasted safely from a distance, have a toss as well to clear the waves at the tier 1. You know, give him a bit more fun, maybe for a faster Blink Dagger. You're going to probably have the Oracle here with the Razor. And then once this Alchemist is ready to fight, pretty much Oracle Alk is going to be the combo. Just such a strong combination there. Of course, the ultimate's going to be doubling the healing there for the Alk. Strong Dispel as well is incredibly powerful. And even the Disarm is really good against the Kunkka too. Last picks here, looking like we need a mid lane. No, just kidding. We need an off laner here for Gambit. NaVi, depends where they want to go. They don't have overall last pick in this draft, so they don't quite have the amount of flexibility. But there's the Pango, interestingly. Haven't seen too much of Pango. Oh, okay. Burn that mana here of the crystallized alchemist. It's gonna be magical instead on the razor. Interesting. I suppose then it's gonna be an offlane Kunkka then. Very interesting. Okay, so they even got me there with that pick. Pasha on the Pangolier though is gonna be quite a fun one. Excited to see Pasha play here on the new team. Been with the VP roster for quite a bit of time, obviously, so will be interesting to see how he does here. New team here has been playing a bit. See how he's able to adjust to the NaVi squad. Very excited to see this though, the Pasha Pango. Even just the alliteration gets me absolutely excited. Look here, and it's gonna be the 3 Marana, or I'm sorry, the 3 Kunkka. It's gonna be interesting. I didn't really see this coming in the draft as well. The Razor pick really surprised me, and the OD pick as well both surprised me. So I don't know, man. They definitely have the tempo required to try and shut down this Alchemist, especially with the OD. Even late game, it's a hero that is a bit scary as I pull up the wrong overlay. Sorry about that. There we go. Had the wrong one queued up. It's going to be a fun one here.
You're all washed up!
Was that intentional? It looked intentional.
Now, nobody will make a
this
nice
whole mess is all
smell
your
engine.
fault?
There we go. Love the voice lines out from Pasha as the tips, Gambit, synchronizing the tips here onto Seneko. We'll see how this one goes. Looking like it's favoring NaVi here just a bit, but Gambit might be able to make it happen here. Ooh. Who's got the awards, by the way? I get one on a razor here. That makes sense. We'll see how they're going to want to play this. Crystallize into the safe lane he goes, though, for now. Quick pause to kick off the game.
It looked intentional.
Having a few bit of Discord issues. Of course, Horn is still 20 seconds until the Horn, but not via here against Gambit. Like I said, very important for this group stage. Even more so for NaVi, who are trying to at least get themselves qualified here for the major. That third place here is going to be extremely important. So Gambit here playing to get an advantage here in the current three-way tie for first place. Well, we'll see after this match, of course, but this match incredibly important for both of these teams. Third place team of each group, of course, going directly to the minor qualifications, while the top 2 teams will move on and at least guarantee themselves a slot in the minors. We have an arrow here, bot lane onto Seneko, unlikely to live too much longer here, because they've got plenty of setup. He will deny the rune, though. Very nice play. Plenty of damage getting stolen here onto Magical. Will now head into the mid lane with a bit of damage, but good play there from Seneko, but will get at least a killing blow out, earning the respect of his peers clearly as the synchronized tips once again all come out.
Catch us if you can.
I love
have
the
learned
CIS
nothing.
tipping. Of course, I think this is really where it started, right? All the aggressive tipping here. Pasha as well on VP, formerly his team. Now Magical mid lane here against GPK. Gonna go ahead and start up. No way to stop him from stealing the damage now, except for running away from the creep wave. Lots of voice lines here predicting the way this game is going to be starting off. There's already Pasha, maybe in a bit of trouble here. He's gone in aggressively with the swashbuckle, and unfortunately will fall here to Dream, picking up the last hit there. So the 4 tiny here, Sayak. Stealing this creep wave over, bringing them around for a bit of a journey. Back into the tower here for his core. Likely trying to just have it meet up. No creep wave here as Dream will go ahead and complete a pull as well. Camp will not get blocked in time here by Pasha. So far 7-0 already is the support. Just getting bullied back into the tower. They will toss FNG for a few right clicks or for a few attacks out of the tower. But yep, they're going to throw Crystallized safe lane neglect to mention instead of throwing him against the worst matchup here against the OD clearly. So he's going to suffer a bit in levels, of course. Either that or Seneko is going to be very, very poor on levels as well. But of course, as we all know by this point in the patch, NaVi Crystallize on the Alchemist really needs these levels, get more levels in the Grievous Greed, allow him to expedite that farm much faster. As next has Vampire, trading a few blows here with Seneko, doesn't want to stick around too long. Torrent will connect. Is there an arrow? Not quite. Off cooldown for 7 seconds here. See how Gambit's able to work this draft now, as they definitely do have a very scary late game for these guys. Juggernaut, Kunkka, as well as the OD, man. That last pick OD burning off the mana. But it's going to be pretty impactful here, actually, as there's not going to be any mana regen anymore on the talent. Speaking of talent, Pasha in a bit of trouble here. Underneath the tower he goes. The dive will be completed. Nice bit of movement here to dodge out most of that avalanche damage. Zayak still holding on to the toss. We'll end up tossing the creep instead. No damage here onto the Juggernauts. Nice positioning there. Good bits of aggression from Gambit. Able to get 2 kills here early on onto Pasha. And now Tiny back to the fountain. Neko and Chocolate now just continuing to harass. Good amounts of damage here. Able to secure a few CS, but not quite too many of them. Arrow coming through. Will not connect onto anyone, however. So Neko safely watching that one sail through. Speaking of sailing, Kunkka getting a bit of a nerf most recently, most notably here onto the X cooldown as well as the boat cooldown. So they've both gotten nerfed quite a bit. I think it's 10 seconds every level here off the top of my head if I'm not mistaken. No, it doesn't say. Thank you very much. But either way, it's going to be a lot. We missed a kill down bottom here. I missed the second one. Sayak getting ran down. Pasha unable to do, unfortunately, too much about it. Disarm coming a bit too late there with the lucky strike. Crits all around. Plenty of lucky strikes to be had. And it's top lane. Nice Torrent defensively. Going to force Crystallize a bit. Juking out the arrow. Not going to find him there. And Seneko gets the kill top lane onto the Kunkka. Mid, just a constant barrage of damage here onto Magical. Of course, keeping up with the Astral Imprisonment and the damage there. So, wow, they even get a second one. I did not expect them to get that. Seneko now with a double kill here. Ends up getting the last hits on both of those kills. Crystallize now just against Pasha, or Seneko trying to do whatever he can. Pasha bot lane, struggling a bit in the CS department, as is Magical mid too. So NaVi, except for top, not unfortunately getting too far ahead in any of these lanes. Good news is they've been keeping the Jug off the creep wave a bit as well. So they're trying to just keep them at least not super farmed here. As runes all 3, sorry, for Gambit. Sayak will get 1 down bottom here. Look at the Radiant bottom bounty rune. So it's a big advantage there for Gambit. Most importantly, they're stealing a lot of gold, essentially, from Crystallize. I guess he's not stealing it because the whole point of NaVi is that of the Alchemist, is he literally conjures up gold, right? But it's going to hurt him his farm quite a bit here. He's not going to be able to be as efficient. Speaking of efficiency, OD 23 and 11 here leading in terms of denies. Really denying a lot of levels here on Magical, who thankfully get down, Mr. President, says the siege creep eating the cart. Here's FNG just rotating around here, making sure there's no vision, blocking the camps, allegedly. Oh, not blocking the camp. A little bit farther out than I imagined, but now with no maid in the lane, they're going to give solo levels here to the Juggernaut. Maybe try and get him up to level 6 a bit faster. FNG scouting the runes. We'll find a DD down bottom here. As Crystallize out to farm the stack. Has now completed phase boots and the soul ring, so he's gone for the early soul ring, which I do like to see. Going to be much needed. Dropping the hammer with the OD ult does burn off a bit amount of your mana straight away. So the arrow will connect here onto Crystallize. 2-man torrent as well. This might be huge. The Starstorm still level 1, not too much damage. But there's going to be the ult now onto Crystallize. The cleave level 3 though is going to be able to get the kill here onto Saneko. What they're able to do is down bot lane here. Ooh, my goodness. Pasha now getting the kill there with the swashbuckle. Nicely done. But that's a courier kill. And that's actually the soul ring of the alchemist. So he did just use that ultimate. Still is looking pretty good in terms of mana. But unfortunately will not be getting that soul ring anytime soon. So he's going to be left without that soul ring for another 3 minutes. Could be a little bit more consequential as he's going to get to run out of mana here. Saneko and Magical both getting involved there as the D ward, very defensive ward actually. Exos Vampire getting the kill there up from the high ground. Should let them know that there's a ward somewhere on their high ground here because he did it from, but there's no possible way to get vision. TP down bot lane, very long TP for Exos Vampire. Still level 4, no arrow here, but we do have now level 6 here on the Jug. Barely having enough mana, now has plenty thanks to the Mango. Might be trying to find an Omni Slash here. Pasha could be a good target if he does not get off the shield crash, doesn't get that damage block. Could be pretty strong. Down bottom here, Dream against Pasha. Just doing a bit of damage here. Nice bit of disarm there, denying, or at least not allowing him to get the last hits here. Shakla looking for a kill on this one down bottom. As GPK sparring here for the rune. Magical, in the meantime, will find himself a regen. Go ahead and activate that. Heading top now to find a Kunko. Level 4 here, and the Tidebringer already. Actually, just about even in levels here, so mid lane's really not gone too well. Nice X torrent to immediately send him back. Not allowing him to steal much damage here, so small level advantage. But they've given a lot of solo XP as well to Shaklo, so he's able to get this Tidebringer level 4 almost immediately. So he'll go into the jungle, as Crystallize will do the same as well. A good bit of work here. Now, still no soul ring, unfortunately. He's got a whole minute until that courier respawns and is able to bring it to him. Magical is unable to get anything delivered during it in the meantime as well, of course. So down bot lane in a bit of trouble here as we bounce all over the place. The camera is Pasha. He will die. Looks like shield crash into the Omni Slash as well. Now Zayak getting involved here, trying to save the life of Pasha. Will be unable to. This spin will go ahead and nuke him down. Nice bits of damage there. Omni Slash successfully used, and Pasha unable to get the shield crash off early enough. We heard him get it off a bit late, but with no heroes around him, that's not going to give him the damage block he needs. Alchemist continuing to farm, though. Still no soul ring, so he's going to be a bit weaker, but my goodness, that efficiency there with the acid spray. Not going to quite finish off the camp, but there's going to be the ult. Does not have enough mana now here for the acid spray, though, so he's going to have to do a bit of farming manually now. But courier respawning soon, but that's a really big kill, actually, on the courier. It slows down his farm a bit, and even that amount, well, unfortunately, he's going to get a D ward, so he's going to get that bonus gold, but my goodness. This Alchemist hero, man. Good job there to dodge out the magic damage from Torn. It's only level 1, so you're still going to eat all of that physical damage. Maybe better off edicting there the Kunkka, but in any case, good job there. Able to dodge out a bit of damage. Pasha now taunting with the Rolling Thunder. We'll go ahead and use it now, grabbing the ward, or grabbing the rune rather, and out he goes. Just like that. NaVi positioned here to get 3 runes for themselves. Very nicely done. Even more gold now for Crystallize here. And look at this big stack for him. My goodness, he's gotten 2 great camps, hasn't he? These skeletons, easy pickings, as well as the little boulder boys, the golems. So good amounts of farm for him now. That's going to be the relic already, most likely. Should be able to get it here. Yeah, not quite. The courier's on the way already, though. What's he bringing him? This is a fully stacked courier. That's what happens when your courier is down for some time. Soul Ring finally completed. Likely to head into the secret shop as well. He's got the money for the relic. It's going to be probably like a 13 or 14 minutes radiance here if he can continue the pace of this farm. Magical stealing his last hits, though. Going to slow this down just a bit. Camp respawning anyway, so Not super impactful, but 3 heroes now top for Gambit, trying to contest the farm here, trying to slow down this Radiance even more if they can, possibly. Shaklo as well quite farmed. He's gone for the pretty standard midfield, a few more levels as well, as now he has maxed the Tidebringer. As I hear a fight middle lane here. Good healing onto Zayak. Is it going to be enough? He's got a healing salve and bottle. He's going to be more than fine, actually. 104, regen a second. Full HP. He's going to come out. And now Kunkka from behind, though. Shaklo maybe looking for the jump. Sold it onto that ghost ship as well. Pasha in the trees. Positioned nicely to re-engage with the Rolling Thunder if he can get the jump. But now Crystallize still getting closer to that. Darn Alpha. The fucking Radiance here. It's good amounts of damage here. The rollout onto 2. Still not enough, however, for the Tiny. He will die. Seneko has no ulti for himself. Likely to die here outside of the Astral Imprisonment. The rest of the team surrounding him just in case. No chance for a prison break there. Magical now has the phase boots, able to steal a bit more damage, actually. The Crystallize here, just about to finish up the Radiance here. So 12, 13-minute Radiance for him is going to be pretty darn fantastic. He's going to be mostly unbothered here as we switch to net worth. 8,100 gold on him, so he's got a very nice lead here, despite having a great landing stage from the OD. GPK, they're going to be able to take it. As a reminder, this game very important here. NaVi fighting for 3rd, and Gambit fighting for at least 1st or 2nd here. A draw will put them in a 3-way tie again, but a win here would position themselves quite nicely for a 1st or at least 2nd place position. But NaVi, a 2-0 here could be huge for them as well, so major, minor qualifiers looking pretty good. Net worth XP solely favoring Gambit, though. Even with that Alchemist, still not all that fantastic. Crystallize continues to farm here. Now going straight into that BKB. Nice stack for him here with the Ancients stacking. 2 hard camps to farm, though. As with that Radiance, though, he's going to make pretty quick work of them. Up top, lane Seneko in a bit of trouble. It's actually Zayak, still not even level 6, unfortunately. Not sure if he's eaten a tome quite yet, but my goodness. Not having a fantastic time either this game here on the Tiny. Pasha now has the Javelin up, so he's able to farm a bit better, get even more damage here into the creep. And the stream running him down, has the Omni Slash ready. Pasha has the Rolling Thunder off of cooldown, just not wanting to use it quite yet. As he's gonna maybe go for it. This Juggernaut's quite fast, already has a Yasha, and Pasha gonna be swashbuckling through the trees. Dream not gonna find him. In any case, not worth the Omni Slash at this point anyway, but space created here. Crystallize continues to farm here, trying to close down the gap here of the net worth between the 2 teams. Now starting to work here on the Ancients. Smoke up from behind is going to be his team. As, will not choose to sack these Ancients once again, continuing to just farm. Not laying a magical. He's got the Drums of Endurance now and the Phase Boot, so he's pretty fast. Can steal a lot of damage off of this Juggernaut. OD ults really could turn all of these team fights, run off a lot of that mana. You can get them early enough, 30% of the mana. If they're not careful here on Crystallize, he could very well be left with enough mana to ult. It's going to be a bit tough, right? But if he starts using the Unstable Concoction, no, he didn't go for the talent, so I kind of doubt it. But now Excess Vampire in a bit of trouble. TP is coming through, however, from Gambit, both on the same spot, as well as here is Fog, going to be disarmed. Nice arrow here onto Magical, hold him down. GPK going to be punching in that damage. Now Torrent is going to be a bit late, but there's going to be the hammer getting dropped immediately into the boat. Shaklo credited with the kill there onto the Razor. Pasha rollout, going to create a bit of space here, a nice gap. Crystallize going to get X marks back into GPK, and now they're going to be pumping in this damage. Maiden will die, plus 13 gold on that last hit for Crystallize. Seneko barely alive as well. As Pasha will hunt down the Marana in the trees. Nice acid spray damage as well. Huge swashbuckle out from Pasha, but still not quite enough. And in comes the Omni Slash, getting shared amongst 4 heroes though. Not too effective. Jug easily able to run back to the safety of his team, and most importantly, the healing ward Crystallize there. Channeling now the Unstable Concoction, will stun himself up. TPing out his Seneko. Zayak close by as well. Huge again. Shackle from, huge Q as well from the Pango. Get a bit more damage to the disarm, maybe discourage them from fighting. I think that's going to be 3 runes for 2 for 2 actually, as GPK has left that fight. Pasha Pango. Pasha Pango. I love that alliteration. Still 3k divides this team, which is still, actually that's just exactly the lead here of the Alchemist has. Unfortunately, it's in favor of Gambit though. Now we're gonna have the combo. Gonna be easily dodged out by Pango. He did get stunned by that torrent, but he got off the spell in time. Try a bit harder next time, says Pasha. Be careful, he just might. Crystallize, though, continuing to farm up all of these stacks. They're going to send in the OD illusions to try and steal some of them. Will be able to steal, actually, quite a few. But he's going to get probably the gold, his gold worth. Yeah, this changes nothing indeed, actually. I think they just about both broke even. We only got the easy creep there. Continues to fight now. Crystallize, still farming, now has that BKB, continuing to push on. His net worth continues to accelerate, but still the OD a bit spooky. Now has the Kaya, going to be going straight into that Black King bar. Next item for him is going to be quite good. Allows him to withstand a bit here, fight even inside of that Rolling Thunder, but it's going to be pretty difficult. So far though, NaVi have sacrificed quite a bit. As the most farmed hero besides the Alchemist is going to be Magical here on the Razor. Still unable to do too much about it, really. He's still down, you know, 4k from his mid counterpart. GPK is so strong right now. He's not going to be farming nearly as much here as the OD, or I'm sorry, as the Alchemist, but he's making pretty good progress here. And they go here. Pasha getting his Rolling Thunder canceled into the boat. Torrent combo. You told him to try harder, and he has. It's a Shockwave getting that kill. Very cool indeed. Top lane here. They might be setting up for a kill here onto the Juggernaut. They do have the Moonlight Shadow at least, but you need to break that with movement speed. And, well, movement speed aplenty this Juggernaut has. Drums, Yasha. Another Blade of Alacrity just for measure. You know, everything in his inventory is green except for his face boots. Do you have any Midases? I think this is a Miracles. There's no Midases on any of these teams, actually. Interesting enough. Top lane, though, there's going to be a dead Juggernaut. Easily able to make the jump onto him. Unstable Concoction channeled long enough. Arrow not going to connect onto anyone, though. Blink Dagger there. That's the Blink reveal here onto Crystallize. So they're going to get a kill out of that, making that very well worth their time. Again, though, GPK continues to farm. He's going to be quite a force to be reckoned with as well pretty soon. BKB in 300 gold on him. TP's out now as NaVi don't want to be pushing their luck whatsoever. They're in a pretty nice position this game. Gambit still hold a 2k net worth lead as Pasha still a little bit underfarmed compared to his counterparts here of the Kunkka, the OD, and the Jug, all leading him, as well as Magical still down about 1 to 2k depending on which hero you're comparing him to. Okay, now TPing out. We might have a smoke play here as everyone seems to be grouping up together. Push out the tier 1 and smoke up perhaps. Doesn't look like it. You do have Moonlight Shadow on cooldown. This was nerfed a little bit recently as well, but not going for it yet. Not yet anyway. Still waiting. Maybe waiting for the Moonlight Shadow. That's a much easier engage. Like, the chances to get counter initiated on are much lower that way. But looks like NaVi now will be looking for this last tier 1 standing as Crystallize picking up the Hyperstone for the Assault Curious. The Alcohol top lane trying his best to finish off this Blink Dagger as they will smoke now into the jungle. They got Moonlight Shadow off cooldown and see the Tiny farming. The smoke might break here in an unfortunate position, but instead they're going to go for wards initially. Dream likely to break smoke here, and indeed will, so I don't think Zayak's going to be wanting to show here. He's so close to that Blink Dagger, would hate to lose it. All that farm he's been working for. Has the Blink out. Oh, don't get greedy here. Yeah, just TP out. Pings are coming out. I think they've scouted him. Do they have a route? Nope, not in time. Will be able to escape, but just barely now. NaVi still now closing that gap of net worth just a bit. It's a nice little Bob Ross mountain set being drawn here. Almighty mountains. Might turn into an almighty alchemist, though. It's a bit scary for them. As I said, now closing in into the AC. It's a good ward, though. It's going to spot the rotation out of 2, and they don't have amazing vision either. They did get that D ward, so NaVi don't really know how many heroes are sitting here waiting for them. In fact, now there's going to be 4 smoked behind them. Crystallize is going to go out to farm the wave, has that BKB. If they can force out a 10-second BKB, it might be worth it. Smoke gets used, but it instantly breaks. There's a boat charge here onto Zayak. He's going to get blown up almost instantly. Does have that blink dagger. Unable to use it, though, as Pasha is ready to jump in. Put me in, coach. He's ready. But that's BKB now onto the Razor. Magical. Makes him a bit tougher to fight with as well, but that's a tier 2 down. And a little bit more control wrestled away from NaVi, a few less places where it's safe to farm for them. And farm they will. Shocklow continuing to farm as well as this OD. BKB now completed, Blink Dagger as well, going straight into the Sheepstick. He is just, I mean, pretty much re-farming. 3-0-3 here compared to Crystallize. He's 1-0-3, but of course that's that advantage of net worth. Take a look at the skill builds here. All are already level 18 talents, 50 mana, and the attack speed, of course. Here's Juggernaut, has finished off the Diffusal Blade. About to finish off the SNY here. Will be pretty good for him. Pretty, like, old-fashioned Juggernaut build. I like this, minus the Battle Fury, of course. But the drums are really interesting. I think they attempted to fight early game, and in fact, they might fight now, as they'll smoke behind. They'll send the smoke units in first. Dream showed mid very briefly, but now there's BKB here onto Magical. He's going to break vision here. They don't quite see him. They know he's in those trees somewhere. So in they go, maybe trying to find him. The Blind Torrent will get him. There's the vision, keeping him locked down, but the BKB not quite lasting long enough. Now turning, maybe trying to fight here. There's a BKB as well onto OD. They'd like to pop out. Crystallize and the rest of the team. Pasha coming through from behind. They're going to get 1, they're going to get 2, they're going to get 3 now with the Rolling Thunder. BKB now forced out. He's holding on to that Sanity's Eclipse. Now we'll drop it. Magical nearly dead, but there's going to be the ultimate. A false promise. That's Tiny, unable to do too much. Omni Slash doing good work here. Onto Crystallize, no one to share the damage with, but he's still somewhat staying alive. Pasha now with the disarm onto 2. It's not enough, as still the Alchemist will fall. Now Seneko up next. He's going to die as well. Razor has been quite healthy. Back up the high ground he goes. But Jug spinning him down. Doesn't need any right-click damage if he's just going to hit him with the spin. And spinning, indeed he does. Yeah, that right-click damage not doing too much. Best off he can do is purge him and let GPK close the gap. 5,000 intelligence stolen. And that's going to be a triple kill now for him. What a fight out from Gambit. I think NaVi, they just got that... they got a little bit too aggressive. I think he had to use that BKB. It was unfortunate. He didn't want to take a death there, so he goes to try and force a fight out of that. Team wasn't quite ready. They were out farming. Maybe, you know, everyone came from around where the Roche pit, so it could have been a really great fight for them. I think, unfortunately, there was just the BKBs ready on the other side as well. They weren't ready for it. If they had gotten a better counter initiation, maybe then they were able to go. Pasha did a good job rolling around, but still that OD effect, man, just instantly nuking them down. Good ulti by Seneko here, keeping alive the Razor a bit longer, but really just wasn't able to pump in that damage he needed. So they'll go again. NaVi smoking up as 4 here. With now the Razor respawning. And there's going to be the jump onto 1 who they found. It's going to be the Marana. They'll blow her up very quickly, but it's a very dead Potom. Now there's going to be no Moonlight Shadow. No great ways of initiation here. I don't think we've got a smoke and an Invis Rune here on the Potom. Now Dream rotating around with the spin. Ready to jump in here onto Crystallize. He's holding on to his BKB. Pasha now with the Rolling Thunder. He's going to catch 1. Try and interrupt this combo. Nice Blink Dagger to ensure that he does. They're going to actually jump now onto him. OD Astral is going to be there to hold him down to make sure he stays safe a bit longer. Crystallize so low on mana, though. This is the effect of the most recent changes, keeping him healed up a bit. Back into the X combo he goes. Still a little bit in trouble here. Has the BKB. Will now use it. No ulti on him, but Seneko trying to keep him alive as long as possible. Will just be able to. They've caught 1 here in the Astral. Who is it? It's going to be Pasha. Up the high ground he goes with the Swashbuckle, but they've got the vision on him thanks to the Frost Nova. Good bits of damage from Gambits, and now they continue to push. 19-9. They find themselves up here onto NaVi, and in a good position to Roche. No BKBs used there, and they forced out the BKB from the Alchemist, who's going to grab himself a few runes at least. They'll get a few runes out of it, but and as a long duration arrow, mostly going to go ahead and secure the Roche play here for them. Already pretty strong. Dream is now going to add an Aegis likely to his collection. Maybe OD will pick it up here. He's actually going to blink out of the pit. 2 more runes here for the Tiny. Where's he going? He's in the pit, actually. Zaya going for it, unable to find it, will die. Where did he go? Did he blink into the pit? And indeed he did. Crystallize, though, continues farming, has finished up the AC. He's now got a full basher in his inventory, in his stash as well. Would be a few lucky bashes here. Might be able to turn the tides of their fights, to be quite honest. As OD continuing to go and has finished off the Scythe of Vice now. They see Pasha farming top as well. So it's just got the casual Javelin as well. He's not showing here on the map. Oh, he jumps in at a very inopportune moment. Gonna go going for the Rolling Thunder, but no chance. FNG even shooting the freezing field there. And the all chat BM voice lines I like.
You have learned nothing. You have learned nothing.
Gambit's feeling themselves. Got just a 1k net worth lead, but against an Alchemist, of course, that's absolutely massive here. GPK not afraid to fight against the Alch either. He's got great items for this. They can maybe get the jump either. Could be very strong for them as they lose another tier 2 tower. And onto the high ground they go. They've still got Aegis on the Juggernaut. He's got an open slot here. Might as well put that stick in. You never know if he could use it. BKB. There's the spin here on Jug. Magic Immune now. FNG getting a bit aggressive, trying to bait them forward. It might work here. Crystallize channeling the on-table concoction, but will stay on the high ground here. No aggressive wards from Gambit to scout this. Be okay. Arrow coming through here. Ooh, he's going to find Pasha. Long duration stun. I don't think they're going to want to make a jump onto this. Instead, looking like they're going to be cutting the bot waves and getting the tier 1s and tier 2s. Seems like it's going to be a just a pushing Aegis here. They're going to get all the tier 2s down. They got mid. They got top in the last push. And now they want to get tier 1, tier 2. They're looking to fight, though. They feel pretty strong. They don't want to allow this Razor to catch up. As they've Astral the creep here. Again, this arrow is just always coming through here. A bit dangerous for them as there's the tier 1 down. Fortify comes out a bit late, and I actually... they're just fortifying the creep here. Find themselves a bit of time. And they go here onto the tier 2 tower now. Not going to last too long. There is a fortify, but they're best saved. They're best off you saving that rather for the high ground push. There's Basher now on Alchemist. Closely saving up money here for the Abyssal Blade. I'm not sure if he's going to get the time to farm it, though. As they're going to scout this courier heading out for a secret mission out to the secret shop. It's actually going to their secret shop. Crystallize on his way out of here. He's leaving a trail of dead creep, though. Now able to TP out. No BKB needed here. Is going to be able to escape. 5k now for Gambit, as now Strike Low is going to find maybe Pasha, but good blink out from Pasha. There's going to be no follow-up torrents there, so he's just very easily able to get out of that one. Nothing for him to Tidebringer off to cancel that blink or to put the blink on cooldown, so he's a-okay. Dream now, 1 charge left on the drum. He's got maybe a minute or so on this Aegis, but not much longer. At that point, maybe Navi want to try and take a fight. Big items on Magical. We got a Sanj. Gonna go for immediately the disarm. Which is gonna be good here on the OD. 5 seconds on a ranged heroes. I think we just had an item delivered on somebody. I can't tell who it was though. Smoke up now here as they feel like maybe the Aegis is up. Not quite yet, but they're going to be going into their own jungle. They might find themselves a mating for this. As into the jungle she goes, trying to secure this CS onto the rune, which she likely will be able to do, but not quite fast enough. Pasha going to find her. No TP is coming to do. Now there's one from the Juggernaut, but in a good position here for the Rolling Thunder as Crystallize looking to get this rune. We'll go ahead and grab it. On that note, though, Gambit will head mid lane. Begin to shove the waves even more here. Taking a look, net worth, XP difference really is making quite a big difference here. Nearly 20k rather in favor here of Gambit. They've got a nice advantage. Navi's been pretty much turtling the entire duration of this Aegis, so they've not been able to get heroes out on the map and to soak up any XP whatsoever. So unfortunately, they found themselves a bit of a disadvantage as they've caught one. It's going to be Pasha gets caught out here. Gem of True Sight now as well. I think that was onto the Morana. Yeah. Pretty easy kill for them. I think that's still a 9-second BKB as well on GPKs. A bit of a fight. Nice boat torrent, but that's going to be Aegis expiring now. Could be a big fight for them. Toss back into the team. Do they have the detection? There's going to be the Omni Slash mostly onto the creep waves. However, now back onto Zayak. Quite slow into the torrent combo. He's been pulled back and into his death. 2 dead now for NaVi. Pasha, no buyback. He's going to be back in 22 seconds. They're going to get the D-ward as well. Jumping forward. It's going to be GPK. Dropping the hammer. Oh my goodness. Almost instantly nuking down Crystallized. Seneko dead instantly. GPK, godlike already here. Magical with his BKB as well. My goodness. Oh my god. Just call out on one. There's been a murder. Seneko absolutely just bursted through there, no problem whatsoever. Let's take another look at this. 4,700 damage. You got 28 intelligence stolen, and those are not very smart heroes whatsoever. Now they're going to jump here. They're going to get the stun here onto the OD. Is there the damage, though? Freezing Field doing good work. Pasha rolling through. Not going to find Maiden, though. They want to keep the lockdown here onto the OD, and they're doing it. Look at this rolling thunder. He's bringing the thunder indeed. Pasha trying to get something done. Dream falling quite low. There's getting the boat combo. They've killed Seneko, however. Rather Crystalline. He does not have buyback either. However, they will find Jug. Zayak blinking onto him, will get it. They're continuing to fight now. Maiden trying to do whatever he can. There's going to be the torrent combo, almost killing Pasha here. Still jumping forward. There's going to be the Oracle ulti as FNG unable to escape. They're going to get 3 for 4, 2 for 4. I think there was a buyback involved as well. Might even try and get more here as they have found Kunkka here. Jumping forward. Do they have a stun for him? Doesn't quite look like it. The disarm Roots not going to be able to do it. Good fight from NaVi. They will lose their mid pair of barracks. They lose Crystallize as well. So that's a big kill, but at least finally find a kill onto the OD. And who got it? Because that must have been a ton of gold here. 834 golds for killing one. Basically 900 gold here onto Crystallize for killing the OD. Pasha was huge there onto that Rolling Thunder. My goodness. Gambit was just absolutely thunderstruck there, and pretty much nothing they could do. It was a perfect area to roll in. That terrain was absolutely amazing. 4 heroes just kind of, really 5 heroes just chilling in this area and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Oh, it was great. Good stuff there. But NaVi will live to fight another day. 8K the net worth lead has gone up to, was surpassing 10K, and look at this mountain range. It's Mount Everest maybe. Here's K2 perhaps. Maybe we'll see K2 in a little bit, but finally starting to stem the flow here of the XP and net worth difference. Gambit heavily favored here according to Dota Plus, 93 compared to just 7% here for NaVi. But there's going to be the Abyssal Blade purchase now, and a Basher as well. Maelstrom completed on Pasha. I think he's just bought out completely considering he has no buyback. It's going to be not available here. Crystallize not taking for buyback either. Needs another 400 gold. Maiden hiding out in the trees. We'll go ahead and TP out of harm's way. We'll have Roche up now, actually. So it's going to be our second Roche play. There is going to be all ultis up on the field for just about everyone here. Going to be a bit spooky for them to try and fight, though, as actually Gambit will head into the forest to try and find anyone into the jungle, really. Good vision here from NaVi, though. Aggressive wards. Well, it's got anyone here. The smoke's got a bit of its duration left. They are holding on to a Moonlight Shadow, though, but straight into Roche they go. They've shown mid. Maybe now they want to go for the play. NaVi, I don't know if they can really defend this. They've got a great AoE team fight all around here for both teams. They do got that Rolling Thunder. They were able to really utilize it last time. Tiny is a position 4 here. He's just got himself a Blink Dagger and a 4-step. So not really the aggressive Tiny that we were seeing before with the, you know, the Aghanim Scepter or the Echo Saber either. Definitely not even additional damage. Dream this time, again, actually going to claim the Aegis. As their tier 2 tower will fall, but that's a trade they're well worth taking here. And straight onto Shrines they go. They even took that without taking Shrines.
You have learned nothing. From the night.
Top lane, casual, just farming up here with the Frozen Field. It's a bit dangerous, actually, really, when you consider there's an Alchemist right there, but perhaps expecting a bit more of the team behind him. As Crystallize not taking the bait there. Continuing to push out bot lane, though, as a 3 here from Gambit. Arrow coming through, not going to find anyone. The Dream, very farmed now, has the full Mjolnir. Pretty spooky, scary. Purge onto Razor, nice bash there with the basher out from Pasha. Dropping the healing ward, going to be able to heal up, spinning as well, spinning to win, trying to finish off this tower. Luckily will be able to as Zayak jumping forward, trying to catch him here with the toss. Lost position on him, now back up the high ground he goes. He's going to be Hex. That's most of the Hex wasted there. And now Disarm is going to be OD. Crystallize just jumping right onto the back lines here, trying to find the kill onto JBK. Will finally not turn out to Dream. The team not quite yet far behind him though, as FNG has been holding them back with the Maiden. Now back up the high ground he goes. That's going to be Rolling Thunder used defensively as well. Deny the tower. Do it. Do it. Deny it. FNG instead getting the last hit. Abyssal now onto the Juggernaut. They've got a beautiful arrow set up into the Omni Slash as well. Crystallize. There's going to be ulti for him. At least saving his life for now. There's no now ulti here. False promise for Magical, who's going to be able to have to BKB to get himself out of harm's way. Zayax just walked into an arrow, buying themselves a bit more time here to push onto the high ground. They're going to go ahead and get the tier 3, just back off though, but they still have so much utility left here on the side of Gambit. Still have that cheese BKB in the backpack now. Now they might be able to get the toss aggressively. There's going to be another Hex here onto Zayak. No follow-up here whatsoever from the team to force that at least to save him from harm's way. And a bit of healing. Nice bash here onto the dog. Pasha coming forward. Going to get the healing ward. Immediately swashbuckle back out. Wants nothing to do with it. But they caught him in the Astral. Indeed they have. He might just end up dying here. Nice swashbuckle again. They've caught one. It's just going to be just a Maiden, but Crystallize has the BKB back in 5 seconds. Blink Dagger at the ready too if he wants to try and go for it. GPK with the BKB in his backpack doesn't actually have it, so the hold. They had lost tier 3 before that push regardless, so well, there was really like 2 bits of pushes in there, right? There was the first fight where they went in after they lost the tower and were forced to basically ult and defensively get back, and then again they rallied for a second push and were able to push him off the barracks there. Nicely played. Finally BKB back in the inventory. Cheese onto the Kunkka now. Oh boy. Gambit still playing this one quite patiently, as they're not going to be throwing this game anytime soon. Don't want to throw just bodies into the base. You know that's not going to be quite effective against this NaVi lineup. Speaking of throwing bodies, though, Dream might be in a bit of trouble. They can make the jump onto him, tossing forward, Crystallize. Do they have detection, though? It's going to be the big issue here. They'll at least get the healing ward, so they'll know where he's at. Pasha ready to jump in with the Rolling Thunder, but just doesn't have vision on any of the heroes here, thanks to the quick Moonlight Shadow. Good reaction time there. Back up the high ground they go. NaVi a bit scattered all over the map. Not sure if they can do the amount of defense here, or at least defend the melee barracks. They're going to try for it though. Crystallize has no ulti. Still holding on to the BKB though. Down to 6 seconds now for his duration. Oops. Razor as well, holding on to his own Black King bar. There's going to be the toss forward aggressively. Still holding on to that spin. Good stun. Will holding on a bit longer here. Good bash. GPK as well, jumping in, still holding on to the ult. Careful for this one, Crystallize. There's going to be the ulti as well onto him. Initially used. Pasha jumping forward, trying to find anyone, trying to find someone. He's going to find Dream, not quite pushing him back up the high ground. Rolling Thunder now expended. Gambit not falling for this one twice in a row either. Dream running forward, has the ulti, has the Aegis of Immortality as well, but Magic getting pulled back, likely into his death here, unable to do anything. Zayak jumps through as well, immediately into the torrent. He goes, Force-staff himself out of harm's way for now, but he will die, and now in a bit of trouble is Crystallize, the ultimate, immediately blowing him up. 2 buybacks now for NaVi, trying to hold on to this game. Dream has spin in a few more seconds, still has the Aegis as well, and the top barracks have finally fallen. Crystallize has the BKB, no ulti however though, now trying to fight without the ult. There's going to be the BKB onto him. GPK in a bit of trouble, still has his BKB now too, will now use his, and it's longer duration than Crystallizes. He's going to be forced to use to get back. Now defensively is Pasha in a lot of trouble. He will die right underneath his tier 4 towers. Does have the buyback available. Gambit straight onto the tier 4s they go. Gem of the True Sight on the deck as well. Access Vampire will now pick up 1. GPK to TP out. Good arrow to zone them out, trying to prevent anyone from jumping back in. I think that was just a TP to finish off another item. Indeed it was. There's the 3rd buyback now from Pasha. The throne is exposed though. FNG, the stuns here are not too good enough. They actually are perfect. Pasha comes in a bit too late. BKB was not yet ready there. And GG gets called. Seneko will call it. Gambit will take down NaVi here in game number 1. 20k net worth lead, even a bit more here with the disconnects. It's getting a bit fuzzy at the end, but what a game coming up from Gambit. Very consistently done. Just seems like, unfortunately, the magical Razor was not able to make the magic happen there. Great fights out from Gambit early on. NaVi held on during that one Rolling Thunder push, but unfortunately just wasn't enough. It seems like with the 4 Tiny, they weren't able to get off to a good start for him to really have the initiation they really lacked and desired. I think Pasha on the back foot a lot as well. It felt during those fights. He wasn't able to close the gap either with the Rolling Thunder twice, maybe even 3 times during that very late game push on the top barracks. He was forced to use it defensively to get back. And, well, from there, it's just unfortunately wasn't enough. But NaVi will fall in game number 1. They need to at least tie here to keep their dreams of 3rd place alive. Gambit looking for the 2-0 to try and secure 1st place here, or at least secure playoffs here in Group B. But it's going to be a close one as NaVi will fall in game number 1. Stick around, guys. Thank you for joining me. See you can strike here on the call, but we'll be right back for game number 2 here in just a bit. Thank you for joining us for the MDL Chengdu major qualifiers here. We're back after a short break.